All right, welcome back, everybody. So at this point, hopefully you have downloaded Tableau and you have taken a quick peek at the data in Excel just to make sure that everything is there and it's not some crazy mess that you downloaded from the internet. It is sometimes possible that if you download a big data file over a wireless connection, there might be some fields missing and some empty columns. So do take note to look for that. It should look like the one that you saw in the last video. So now we'll go ahead and I have Tableau open, and we'll open up the FBI crime data. And we'll sit around and wait. Good opportunity to check your phone. And now we have some action. So here, nothing really happened. You can see that there's, under the sheets, there's two different sheets, and we want to drag one of the sheets where it says drag sheets here. So I'm going to drag it over. And that will pretty much load the data up. So that's step 2 of loading the file. And now, so there's some crazy stuff going on. As I said in the last video, we don't want table 6 to be a row of data. It's not actually a row of data. The column headings aren't correct. So if I click on Use Data Interpreter, Tableau can clean up some of these inconsistencies by itself. That'll take more time to load. All right, this looks good. So state is a column, city is a column. It looks like we are on the right track. And just looking through the data to make sure that everything looks right. The rows still represent cities, and there's numbers in the columns that are supposed to have numbers, and there's words in the columns that are supposed to have words. So this is great. So once you feel comfortable with that your data was loaded into Tableau properly, you can click on Sheet 1 to begin analyzing data. And then there will be more loading. So now we'll be looking at assignment 1, making simple tables and graphs. So this will pretty much teach you a lot of the basics of stuff people do in Excel can be done in Tableau very easily using a drag and drop interface. So step 1 says to drag state onto rows and violent crime onto columns. So state, drag that onto rows. And then grab violent crime and take that into columns. Wow, so we got a graph. And so it's good to always, as soon as a graph is made, it's good to ask yourself, what am I being shown here? And I'm pretty much, you can see that the violent crime changed to sum. So it's summing up all the violent crimes for the state. Because in our data, you can't quickly look up how much violent crime is in all of Alabama. There has to be a sum of all these. So Tableau is able to do that pretty quickly for all 50 states. So what's the next step? Sorting. So sorting is another basic thing that you can easily do in most data analysis tool sets. So the sorting buttons are right here. So if I click the first one, it sorts it from least to most. Vermont has the least crime. Interesting. And then California has the most crime. That's another interesting observation. So that's sorting. The next step is to play with the visual representation of the data using different chart types. So on the top right hand, click on Show Me, select some different chart types. So here's the Show Me button, and we can represent our data in different ways. So this one is just a numerical table. Table format is very popular. It's gives you the most accurate read as opposed to the last one. What's this one? Histogram type thing. Doesn't look as helpful. This one looks like it's the violent crime has a color as well as some text. So this is another way to give the best of both worlds. What's this one? This one shows each state as, so Tableau has the ability to register what a state means and give it a graphical representation on a map. Cartographological might be a better word. And then the color, you can always tell by looking at what the marks mean. The color is the sum of violent crime. So if I get rid of the Show Me, you can see right here that a darker color means more violent crime, a lighter color means less violent crime. So continuing to play with these. The last graph showed, and if you want to drag around the map, hold down the Shift button, and then you can drag the map around and let go of Shift. If you want to zoom in, you can scroll up on your scroll wheel. So in this representation, it's a little bit different. Each state gets a dot on the map, a mark on the map, whereas in the last one, each state got like an outline. We can also make a pie chart of this. And then each piece of pie is a state. There's a bar graph. More ways to represent data. So you can see that Tableau has several built-in ways to analyze data in different ways and figure out which one is the most meaningful for your data. And so when this tutorial says to play, it really just means play and look around and see what features Tableau has on that front. Step 4 is to create a new sheet. So every time you are done with a particular analysis, you want to click this button to create a new sheet, and you can start fresh in